Oh my god.
Oh,
5 seconds after you make a reaction, it's just going to be me going.
that was such a shit overlap. There's no width to it at all.
So no one wants to hear the intro anyway.
Such a shit overlap. There's no width to it at all.
You're right, guys. How's it going? And welcome back to the second, or I suppose it's sort of the first, because the last one was a pilot episode
Second.
of Friday Night Football. We're going to be taking a look over sort of the international break, looking at the England national team, and also there was a speech made this week by, what's his name? Is it Dyke? Something Dyke. I can't remember his
Greg
first name.
Dyke?
Greg Dyke. That's the one. He put out a statement or some certain goals for England to reach. We're going to be taking a look at that as well and going a little bit further into that. So, yeah, welcome to Friday Night Football. We're back. Thank you to everyone that watched last week. It was quite good. There was about, I think it was constantly 40 viewers throughout the whole thing, which was quite good. We've gone for a different approach this week. We've not gone for screenshots. In the background, we've just gone for a black screen, so it will basically be just a podcast. We're looking to get logos and stuff done for next week.
We are getting logos done.
Well, yeah, we've
getting them done.
We've got 2 people currently working on them. One that someone that Tom knows, and another one that I've got in contact with. So we'll definitely have something sorted by next week, whether it'll be screenshots or just a logo. But
They don't realise it yet, but it's basically a face-off between them to see who does the better one.
pretty much, one of them wants paying, so hopefully it's the one that doesn't want paying that's better.
That's a deal breaker right there.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we'll see how they come out. And obviously England are playing tonight as well. If you're not watching that, which I'm guessing most of you will be, we'll be keeping you up to date with that as well.
This is the beauty of just having a black screen, Jake.
Yeah.
They can put on the England game and listen
exactly.
to it.
Yeah. So yeah, I need to bring up the speech that was made. I need to find that on BBC Sport. But we'll also, if we run out of things to do, we'll be looking at some of the features that have been announced for FM14 as well, because there was a video put out today which I thought was quite good.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that myself.
You haven't seen
I've
it?
got no, I haven't seen it yet. I've been away all day, but I've got a list of a website. I can put it in the chat. It's a list of all the features that have been announced so far. So when they first announced the game, they released quite big details on certain features, and obviously they've been doing the feature roulette on Twitter. If you don't know already, I can. Yeah, okay, go on.
I don't want to draw into this topic too much, obviously, at the start of the podcast, but a feature to them or an improvement to them is literally just changing a cursor or something.
Yeah.
So like having 1,000 different new features isn't, there's probably about 10 that are actually decent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought just if anyone's interested, I stuck the link in the chat so anyone can go.
Awesome. So yeah, for any of you that weren't watching the England game or haven't been watching the England game, we'll run through the team quickly. So it's Joe Hart, Kyle Walker, Ashley Cole, Gary Cahill, Phil Jagielka, Steven Gerrard, Theo Walcott, Frank Lampard, Jack Wilshere, Danny Welbeck, and Ricky Lambert gets his first start, which I'm quite happy about actually.
Amar will quickly run through the Moldova team and point out a few notable players that weren't included in the squad. So go on, Amar.
I literally have no idea who any of these people are.
You're on BBC Sport looking, or just looking at?
No, I'm watching it live on the ITV website, and it's got the lineups below. I'm not even going to attempt to say any of these names. I'm butchering them.
I would go as far as saying a lot of these players aren't household names in their own household, so
I think the easiest one to pronounce is Dead Off.
Dead Off?
Yeah. That doesn't sound too promising, does it? Yeah. But looking at the bench, actually, I didn't realise that Ross Barkley's on the bench. Hopefully he'll come on, because he's quite a good prospect. And also Andros Townsend as well. 2 youngsters there that have done well for their club so far.
Getting picked based on form, not reputation.
Name, which is good. Like Ricky Lambert.
Exactly. As he absolutely butchers his touch there and passes
it.
Really? Yeah. Exactly when you said it.
Fantastic.
He had a touch of a donkey and just passed it straight to him.
Trying to find this this speech, because on BBC Sport I had a list of the points and I was just going to run through them. But I know he's set goals, hasn't he, as to when we should be getting to the semi-finals of the World Cup and when we should be winning it by.
Well, no, he said the semi-finals of the Euros in 2020, and he said our target should be to win the World Cup in 2020.
So this is where we've been going wrong. We haven't been having targets before our competition. Thanks for that, Greg.
We haven't had specific targets.
So what's happened? So what happens if we don't achieve these targets? What?
Yeah, what happens? And
Literally
will Roy
nothing
Hodgson
happens,
still
does
be
it?
in charge then, or are they planning?
Does he resign or what?
I don't know. Or does he get
I'm
sacked?
guessing he's looking at the guy. I'm not sure he'll be around in that. You
We
know?
get a lot of sarcastic stick.
Here we go. I found it. It's just loading up now. So
I think in going with this at the moment, I think they're possibly neglecting the chances of the team going into the Euros and the World Cup.
hmm
I mean, possibly we need more support for the team now as well.
Yeah.
I think that's something that they might have overlooked at the current time as well.
I think they need a bit of tough love. Slagging them off. Hopefully they achieve.
So yeah, like you said, it says it sets a target to reach the semi-finals at Euros 2020 and to win the World Cup by 2022. I'm just looking because our under-21s, we touched on this last week, I think. Our under-21s compared to other people's under-21s isn't fantastic. It's good, don't get me wrong, but by other people's, like, when you consider, like, Spain have got, like, Isco, Thiago, people like, is it Thiago? I think he's
Thiago
Thiago.
Alcantara.
people like that coming through that would probably be in contention for a start for their main national team now. It's quite scary. I don't think we have many youngsters like that.
Isco's starting for Real Madrid, isn't he?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's scary.
He's an incredible player, and he's not even in the first team squad yet. He's still in the under-21s, and they'll keep him there. And what they'll do is they'll bring him up with the generation, won't they? They'll bring him up with Thiago. They'll bring him up with.
So they come up together.
Yeah, they'll come up together. That's the thing. And another thing as well about the under-21s as well, they'll play the same system as their first team. Mm-hmm. So when they go into their first team, they slot in straight away.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I don't think we've done with our under-21s. I mean,
Well, it's not because
so,
in this. Oh, that's a cracking goal.
Yeah, who scored?
Stevie.
Okay. Oh, Stevie.
But
I was reliant. Oh my God, yes.
The problem is, like, our style of football is based upon the manager that's in charge at the time, rather than the manager basing it on the country's identity and their style of football. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Spain, it's just you're replacing one cog in the wheel, but with England, when you get a new manager, you're replacing the whole wheel, and that's why you don't get the consistency.
Yeah. On that point as well, I don't understand. I don't see why Roy Hodgson can't take over the under-21s. I mean, I don't see how he's so busy that. Okay, fair enough if he's got to take the first team and say that the first team are playing away and under-21s are playing the next day or whatever. Then fair enough. Why can't he can send Gareth Southgate? Sorry, but I don't understand why he can't take the home matches. I mean, take the majority of the matches, because that will surely help England in the long term, and that will be his vision as well. He can see the players coming through. He can see them improving. He can see which ones he can promote or which ones he can leave out.
I completely agree.
I don't know. I think we're underestimating like the task it is to manage the England team.
Oh yeah, it must be hard, but he's done it. He did it last week or a couple of weeks ago, didn't he, for the Scotland game?
Yeah. So we're all in agreement. Hodgson's a lazy twat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're basically getting at here.
He does absolutely nothing throughout the rest of the year.
And he looks like an owl.
Yeah, and he speaks like a twat.
Oh, steady on, Jake. Come on.
But yeah, I do think it'd definitely help having the national coach take control of the under-21s, because obviously,
I don't know.
It'd benefit in the long run with them coming through playing the same
But
style.
again, it's still that manager's style. What happens when there's a new England manager, whether it be under-21 or full squad? You know what I mean? Like Spain have a national identity to their football.
Yeah, I do think that Spain though will play that style of football no matter who's in charge.
But I do
Can't see it changing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like the manager's just one cog in the wheel, in the machine. And I think what is good about England, because I don't think you can go around copying other countries and how they set up. Like the amount of diversity we have in our players compared to Spain. Like you see midfielders like Gerrard, and then look at Wilshere, look at strikers like Lambert, and then look at like Bent, Defoe, Rooney, Sturridge. How versatile and how many different kind of styles of player we've got in our country is amazing.
Never seems to work though.
I agree, but I mean you can't just look at the negatives. We've got potential to play many different ways of football.
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems from when the players are younger as well. Like Spain or abroad, I think I've touched on this before, but they won't hit an 11-a-side pitch, a full-size pitch, until they're about 18 years old in some countries. So where they'll be growing up, they won't know giving
I
the
think
ball
it's
away.
younger than 18.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
well, yes, 16. I think it's 16.
Yeah, something like that.
They won't know about pumping a ball into space when they're under pressure. They'll just know all about passing it out of situations. We don't know that. The first
They've
thing
brought that in
we're
though, haven't
taught to
they?
do, the first thing we're taught to do as soon as they're 11 years old, get on a big pitch, is to hit the ball into space and hope that someone runs into it. That's
I think
not
they
the way
made
we
those
should
changes to
What about
grassroots
Brazil
football.
though? What's kind of their style of coaching? Because like
The
England, they've
fin
got
means winning.
What? It's definitely not the fin means we.
Oh, sorry.
You know what I mean?
It's horrifically unnecessary.
Mid-flow, mid-debate. And all of a
Sorry,
sudden
we're not-
Bill
Mid-debate.
pipes up. Go on,
I
carry
think-
on.
Keep going.
Can I go?
Mm.
I was just going to say, with England though, they made changes to grassroots football where it's certain ages you can play on only a certain size pitch and certain size amount of people, isn't it?
Mhm.
To grassroots football. And going on to Brazil, I think one thing that helps them massively, or South America in general, is a lot of them are in the poverty area. So a lot of them haven't got the luxury of playing on certain pitches, so they don't play on the best of pitches. They don't play with the up-to-date boots. Sometimes they don't play with the best footballs either. So I think in the long run that helps their technique because they're not in that luxury situation. When they make it, well, if they make it to professional and they start playing on carpets, imagine how easy it is to control a proper football with proper boots on a proper pitch.
Mhm.
It must be easy to them. That's why I think people like Maradona, Pele, like they come through.
So
Brazil,
why
like,
did we build St
they're just-
George's Park then?
I think technique will get
Well-
better as well if you play on perfect pitches. That'll definitely
Yeah.
help.
But
which
that
is
just
why-
contradicts
Yeah.
what we just said, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
what I'm
Well,
saying
there's
about
two different
South
ways of
America
doing
is-
it, isn't there? There's taking that route where it's obviously going to be harder, or if you
How
grow
much
up
does
learning
that-
these techniques.
But all right, put it this way. I don't know. It's hard to explain this, but how much of a player is a top level player is actually taught, and how much is just raw talent then? Because you can give a kid all the facilities and all the training, the best training in the world, but if he's just not as good, Jake, you've done coaching, you know there's only there's a limit to how good someone can get.
Yeah, of course.
I think I don't know. It just
Obviously, that varies for each individual, though. You got.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a difficult one to answer.
Some people
yeah,
are
I
born with
understand,
it,
but
some
I'm
aren't.
saying like if Brazil seem to produce more talented, naturally talented players. And let's face it, what other sports are they? All right, fucking volleyball or something like that. But
Yeah.
the amount of sports they play in England, like cricket, rugby, golf, tennis, all these sports you're surrounded with, in Brazil it's just all football. And you can't forget it's a massive country as well. And let's not also forget we're not actually
That big of a country. We're a very
yeah
small
also,
country.
but we're not a million miles behind Brazil. You can say, oh, we're absolutely shit compared to them. I don't think we're a million miles away from them. Like international football, like competition football, is all small percentages. Like you saw when England played Italy last time out, and it was 0-0, went to extra time penalties. We easily could have snuck a goal in that game. I know we were, getting absolutely shat on for 90 minutes, but it's just small margins. I think people overreact to England, and there's no reason why we should be winning competitions. It's like there's no reason Spain should be winning them. It's there's so many countries out there, so many teams out there that are capable of winning. Realistically, maybe 5 or 6 each tournament.
Yeah. We can move on to the sort of next 2 points here. They're pretty much the same. But he wants more English players who are consistent starters in the Premier League. Now, I think...
Happen.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was going to say, that...
The FA aren't in control of the Premier League.
No. And
They're-
it's down to the club. If the club can go out and spend millions of pounds on a foreign player that's going to win them the league, they're not going to care about a young English player that's coming through. They're going
why
to
should
do
they? I
whatever's
don't
best
blame
for that club.
I don't blame them,
No, I
to be
don't.
honest.
No. And
I don't see what's the problem. If, let's face it, in the Championship, I think the Championship is more of a proving ground for young English players. If you show yourself to be, too good for the Championship, shall we say, like Wilfried Zaha, for instance, then it's not like you're going to be overlooked. You're still going to be picked up. I think there's plenty of room for talent to shine. You don't have to get your first gig in the Premier League with a top club. There's scouts everywhere. There's I don't know. I just think I don't think it's the main cause of the issue. If there is a massive issue with the national team, but because I honestly don't believe there's a massive
I don't think there's
problem
that big
with
of an
England.
issue with it. But
But obviously,
I think there
the
is.
problem is going to be here is the difference. Their kind of interests don't match up. Premier League clubs and the Premier League are out making money about winning football games. It's not. they don't care about the national team. They honestly don't. It doesn't matter how much
No,
they say they do. They don't.
Yeah, I agree. I was just about to say something. I went blank. It's always good. What was I going to say? What else did he say? He just goes on to talk about foreign players or bringing in like a mid-season break.
Is
or
he in the
something.
BNP, this bloke?
I have no idea. He doesn't like foreigners, does he? He describes it as a tanker that needs turning. What the fuck he's on about there? Just talking out his ass, isn't he?
No. He's got in a fucking straitjacket.
Change off to the game tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be off to the game tomorrow. Yeah. But it looks like Moldova haven't even had a. Is it Moldova? Yeah, they haven't even had a shot yet. In the England game, looking at the stats now. Apparently we've had none on target. Nice one, BBC Sport.
Yeah, how did that goal go then?
Yeah.
Unless they count it as off
just
the
refreshed
post or
it, and it reckons that England have had 64% of the possession.
What about the rest?
Is it 19 minutes in, around that?
20,
Yeah, 20, yeah.
So yeah,
The technique on that from Gerrard.
maybe he grew up on a shit pitch.
Grew up playing stones.
So yeah, what else was there?
Next
I'm
up.
fed up with this Dyke bloke now.
Next topic.
So what else was there? Because it was all to do with the international break.
End of the
Right, let's
transfer
get our
deadline
predictions
day.
in for the World Cup and reasons why you're predicting this team to do well. Do the underdog of the World Cup and the winner next year.
Underdog for me, Belgium.
Yeah,
I just think they've got a very good team of individuals. If they can play as a team, they're going to be. It's quite scary the players they've got coming through at the minute.
I need to do some research before I embarrass myself, so go to Amar next. Oh yeah, after you've done your winner.
My winner.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Brazil just because it's on home turf.
And
Yeah.
they've got an exceptionally good team.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, not just because they're going to fluke it all the way to the final and win it.
I think okay. I think underdogs. I'm gonna go Portugal. Just
Yeah.
because I want to be. I think first. I think Belgium, but I got a sneaky feeling about Portugal.
Yeah.
I think they might pull something off. I think they've got a very good team. I think.
I think they've got that. Is it Ronaldo
Yeah.
or someone playing for him? He's meant to be
Yeah. Yeah, and they've got a few other decent
Yeah.
players as well. But yeah, I think they've got a solid squad, and I think they did quite well against Germany last time. I think was it Euros or was it Euros, wasn't it?
Mhm.
And they did very well against Germany, but obviously Germany are too strong, and I'm going to pick Germany for the ones I think are going to go on and win it. I mean, and everyone's seen them in the 2010 World Cup as well, 2012. So I think they've shown that the youngsters, obviously, that generation's growing up now, has come through. And I mean, you've still got experienced players in there as well. You've still got people like Mertesacker, who's getting onto his 30s. You still got Closer on there, who's just equalised Gerd Muller's record for Germany by scoring. So yeah, they've still got a good team. And Mario Gomez only had one good season at Bayern, but didn't get many chances either season of that. So fair play to him. But yeah, they've obviously the midfielders they've got are quite incredible as well. So yeah, Tom,
Good shout with Germany actually.
Yeah,
I'll
I
buy you
was
enough
thinking
time.
about that. I'll say winner first. I think it's a toss-up for me. I was going to go Germany. It's a toss-up between Germany and Brazil. I don't know why I don't fancy Spain. I just don't.
Yeah.
I'll probably say Brazil to win it. Obviously, being on home turf and being an incredible team. You know, I know they might have peaked a little bit too early, but you look at the likes of Neymar come through. He's only going to get better. Playing at Barcelona, I think the depth they've got, the versatility they've got in midfield, the different types of players. Like I mentioned, I'm going to make a weird comparison. Like England, the different types of players they've got, all at a very, very high level. I think Brazil win it. And underdogs, probably, I'll go for a bit of patriotism. I'll probably say England. I think they can make, I might sound a bit stupid, I think they can make the semi-finals.
No, that's silly.
Yeah.
I think we can get there. Why
Yeah,
not?
so I'll go England as underdogs because I don't think there's too many people like Greg Dyke who thinks we'll get to the semis. So I think semis, England as underdogs.
how would you rate France's chances, and where do you think they'll end
I
up?
thought about them, but they're doing poorly in the qualifications. They qualifiers.
Yeah.
Aren't
Do you know a
Actually,
team
that's
that
true.
or a nation that hasn't really been mentioned as much as I thought they would be?
they? Wales.
It's Italy.
Argentina.
That's a very good point.
They
Actually,
don't
yeah.
get mentioned that often anymore. And I
Yeah.
don't think it should be ignored that their strike force is fucking incredible.
I think
Yeah.
the problem is
The
their
defence.
their
The
best
defence.
player doesn't turn up in big competitions.
Not in the national team, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Which
saying.
Which is,
Yeah.
which is it's a shame because they could be a force.
If
They've got
Messi
some
was
very
the
good
same
players.
Messi he was at Barcelona, which is very unlikely to happen next year, even though he's got all the potential in the world to do so. I'd probably say Argentina up there, certainly a semi-finalist, but he just doesn't seem to do it, does he?
No.
I think the last couple of recent games for Argentina, I think he's been injured, but I think the last couple of games I've seen him play for Argentina, especially against Brazil, where I think did he get a hat
He
trick?
scored a hell of
Yeah, he scored a hat trick, and that winner was unbelievable.
but it was a friendly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a friendly. But I think if you can translate that form, obviously in the Barcelona form, as you said, they could do something special. But I mean, you look at their attack; they've got people like Di Maria, they've got Higuain, they've got Tevez, Pastore, Lavezzi,
Aguero? Is he?
Aguero, yes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Argentine,
Aguero.
yeah.
There's the one I was
That is
missing.
scary, the amount of players that you just named there.
Mm.
But I mean, that's what I mean. But with the combination of all those players, it's a bit weird that you think they'd have to rely on Messi so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, okay, I know what you mean, but like
Yeah.
Messi, I get
Ricky
what you're
Lambert,
saying.
celebrate!
Has he scored?
Yeah.
Oh, 2-0, get in.
Messi,
What a
for
hero.
fuck's sake.
It's gone wide. It's gone onto to Walcott on the right hand side of the box. He's had a shot at the keeper, parried it right into to Lambert. He scored with his header.
Mate,
2 in 2.
Two. I was just going to say that. 2 goals in 2 games for Ricky Lambert. Celebrate.
Retire.
I would. That'd be amazing.
Retire.
Just give up now, Ricky. End
This
on
is
a
not
high.
getting better than this.
I think Moldova's tiki-taka didn't exactly go to plan there. He almost missed that header,
Really?
Yeah.
He's done well, he's just screw that into the side net.
How gutted would you be if that parried into Welbeck instead of Lambert?
Even Welbeck would have scored that, somehow.
Do you reckon?
Well, I don't know, probably would have missed the first attempt off the post, there's no one else around, so.
Obviously,
Am-
England
Amberton
isn't
was
the only game
nice.
on tonight. There's a few others that have been played already today.
Ah.
Wales suffered defeat in Macedonia. That was 2-1. Russia beat Luxembourg 4-1. Kazakhstan beat the Faroe Islands 2-1. Czech Republic
Great
lost.
success.
Czech Republic lost at home to Armenia
Good team, mate, good team.
2-1, and Norway beat Cyprus 2-0.
Was there Zagayev playing for Armenia?
I have no idea. Let's have a look.
Northern Ireland
Oh,
have
it
just
doesn't-
equalised against Portugal.
Oh, they really? Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah.
come through. Oh wow, who's that? That's Gareth McCauley.
That's incredible.
That's 2 goals within 15 minutes or so in that game. Alves gave Portugal the league, and Macaulay has equalised for Northern Ireland. They drew them away as well, didn't they? In the
Yeah, they did.
reverse
Yeah,
fixture.
they did.
So
Yeah.
that's incredible. I just noticed that Billy Mackay's on the bench for Northern Ireland tonight. He's played for Northampton, got released because he wasn't good enough. Incredible.
And he's playing international football.
Yeah,
now.
that's another one. Steve Morrison for Wales as well. We did that. So yeah, that's a kick in the teeth.
What were we saying before?
I can't remember. Something about
Oh,
Argentina.
Argentina.
Theo, that was
Argentina.
incredibly ambitious.
What's he do? Try crossing it?
He tried a shot.
Oh god. Cross come shot. Probably the same thing.
Spectacular volley.
So, any other teams that we can think of that could be?
I was thinking Italy.
Yeah.
But I think there's a bit of I don't know. I don't want to say this it's like sort of sounding ill-informed, but I think they've got a bit of a. I think they've got depth in their squad, in their midfield particularly. I mean, you look at who they play 4 in midfield, don't they? Sort of. Sometimes they play 4 central midfielders almost. Sometimes, or they do play with wingers, or the sort of wing backs. They've got De Rossi, Montalivo, Marquisio, Pirlo. Anyone I'm missing?
Probably about
Central-
20 players.
Yeah.
Central midfielders.
Oh, just central mid? No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then they've got their attackers in El Shaarawy, Giovinco,
Insigne.
Balotelli,
Insigne, I was gonna say
Jacare,
Insigne.
Insigne. Yeah, he's another one.
Is he in the
He's youngster and he's like
proper
under
squad?
21s.
Yeah, he
He's
was.
quality.
I think he's going to get promoted now because he's done really well for them and Napoli as well. He's a key part of Napoli's team. But I think their midfield in particular. I mean, if a few of them gets injured, they're really really big players, and yeah, and especially the defense as well because they got what I think they've got really 3 centre backs who I think you'd say are probably top quality. So injuries I think would really hurt Italy's chances.
They've got quite a nice balance of youth and experience as well.
Yeah,
it's quite nice. I know we've got people coming through, but we don't really have youngsters that could probably threaten the first team. I don't think so anyway.
And the under-21s?
Yeah.
No chance.
No.
Yeah.
So
no.
The difference in quality.
That's the difference between us and other nations. I think other big nations. But yeah, I think there's potential to have people that are gonna threaten.
Yeah, that's partly why I was saying Hodgson should do it because I think we need to have sort of a long-term view of English football, and I think if we had.
But how does employing a 60-year-old man to do both jobs to solve that issue?
Maybe
because he can see firsthand. He can see what he wants to bring through, who he thinks are good enough.
Yeah, but what happens when he leaves England as the manager, not the country?
Well, yeah, I think that is a problem, obviously, but I think we've got a. Yeah, that is a problem. But hopefully, I think if they can see how long he thinks he's going to go,
I'm pretty sure. No, I just don't think there's got to be.
There's got to be
more to the future of English football than Roy Hodgson doing 2 jobs. I think there needs to be some sort of direction from the FA, and it's got to come through the development of youth. Wilshire's fucking. He's been tapped again. He's gone down like a sack of shit. I think there needs to be some sort of. I don't know. I don't think we need a drastic change. We can't start playing like Spain because we're not Spain. We don't have a team full of 5'8" little. I know we've got Wilshere, but it doesn't suit us. It's not our style.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play, Wilshere.
Just in the back of you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's a massive problem. I don't think. I think there's a lot more to the England job than what we think, and I think
I was gonna say.
Roy doing 2 jobs. And say England go out of the groups of the World Cup, and Roy's complaining he didn't have enough time to prepare because he's got to focus on the under-21s and plan their tours and training and all this and that. And I just think it's making an already difficult job twice as hard. And I don't think he's going to insert or kind of implement a style on English football that's going to last generations after generation. But
I agree. I think, well, I do think that, I don't know, if they should play the way that the first team manager wants them to play, and that should be put down into the youth as well. Like, don't get him to do it, obviously, but the under-21s manager should know sort of what the first team are playing, so that when them players are called upon, like Spain, they can just slot into that system.
But I think the problem with that is the versatility we have in our players. Like, if we're playing a system for the first team that suits perfectly the players we've got, and then we're forcing this kind of system or style of play on a group of players that's totally different, and you've got to remember the managers for each team, their only concern is winning, because it's so easy to get sacked in today's game. You think, say, an under-21 manager like Southgate would think, we've got to implement or introduce this style of football into the team, make sure they're playing this way, rather than saying, look, we've got this player, let's build our team around him, just as the England team would do around their top player, for example, Rooney. I don't think it's more to do with when players are younger and how they're taught to play football at the younger ages, rather than saying, look, you've reached down the 21s, we have to start playing like the top team, so in a couple of years' time you're more used to this style of play, which probably would have changed when the manager decides to fuck off, or he's had a shocking World Cup and he's sacked, and the circle starts again. It's not going to solve anything for any long period of time, is it? Honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, that's pretty much internationals. I'm going to play a jingle because I can. Let's do the international jingle. Let's hear Will's beautiful voice. Here we go.
John Terry stripped of the captaincy.
Fabio Capello has quit.
Internationals.
There you go. There's Will's beautiful voice on the jingle. But yeah, I think we're going to do...
Me and I'll just have to pretend we heard
that.
that.
You can hear it back later. But I think now would probably be a good time to move on to the other thing that we're going to do tonight, which is a roundup of sort of transfers throughout the window. Obviously, deadline day was quite busy with a fair few clubs doing business. Quite exciting watching Sky Sports with Jim White.
All day.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was good.
I must be the only one that didn't really. I watched it for about 10 minutes and I went to bed about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find it boring or
Didn't interest me in the slightest.
no?
Yeah.
Read about them tomorrow morning has the same effect on me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just looking at some of the pieces here. Biggest transfer on deadline day was obviously Mesut Ozil going to Arsenal from Real Madrid for £42.4 million. And now I'm as an Arsenal fan, so it'd be a good time to come to you and get your opinion on that. Mesut Ozil, a very good player, but is he the right player that you needed?
Well, obviously he's world class, but I think it would be wrong to say he's a player we don't need. I think Mesut Ozil is a player everyone needs. Everyone needs a Mesut Ozil, without a shadow of a doubt. He's a world class player, and I think obviously the reaction of all you got Joachim Low, you got all the Real Madrid players, you got the fans, they've always had something to say about Mesut Ozil, and I think that's got to show what a world class player we've got in him. I think as a priority for me, I don't think that type of player was a priority.
Yeah.
But I think he's that good of a player that you wouldn't want to pass up an opportunity to buy him. That I think a striker we obviously needed, a central defensive midfielder, possibly another one. I think when Flamini came on against Tottenham, he did all right, but
Yeah, he looked good.
in the long term, I don't think someone like Lars Bender. I think he's quality, absolutely quality in front of that back four, and I think possibly a young defender that we can bring through slowly, as well as being cover. And I think we should have signed Julio Cesar. I don't think we should have passed up that opportunity. He's Brazil's number one. You know, he's practically on a free transfer. They want to get him out because of the wages.
It's very shocked that he didn't go. Wenger didn't go in for him. Being he's in London as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt Emma, but
go for
I'll
it.
send you a preview of our new logo. Emma, sorry.
So, carry on, Emma.
Oh, I'm saying that I think Julio Cesar would have been quality. I mean, he's got a lot to teach Szczesny. I mean, obviously he's inexperienced as well. He's still only 23. I think some people might overlook that now and again. So I think he would have been a perfect goalkeeper for us to sign. Probably would have been first team, but I think it would have been good competition because I think Szczesny's dip in form last season was probably due to the fact that no one was competing with him and he pretty much had it easy. He had nothing to work for and he just I think he just slacked when he got to that point. But Ozil is a fantastic signing. I think he's someone that obviously can make a difference, and it gives us more options in that midfield. Obviously, we've had injuries with Podolski. Diaby's pretty much always injured.
Yeah,
so
it's been a shame because when he has played, I think he's looked very good. He's looked like a sort of Vieira type player.
Yeah,
which you need.
Yeah, he has. He's been the driving force in midfield, especially last year against Liverpool. That game in particular, and then he got injured against Chelsea, which is unfortunate. But I don't think he's someone we can rely on now. I think we need to really fill his position in the squad, and that's why I say someone like Lars Bender. Lars Bender would be a dream for me. I'd love him to join Arsenal. I think he's incredible, and I'm disappointed we didn't get him. We had a bid rejected, so fair enough. But Ozil, I think Ozil will be a decisive factor in a lot of our games this season. Obviously, providing he can stay fit.
Yeah. I'm just reading the chat here. And Rudge said Lars Bender wouldn't leave a team winning trophies, but then you could say the same about Mesut Ozil.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a World Cup year. Lars Bender's is a key part of Leverkusen's team. I don't think he was too bothered about leaving Leverkusen. So in that sense, yeah. But I really do think he's quality. I think he's someone we probably should have gone for. And I think second option probably should have been Fellaini. But I think there's question marks over whether Fellaini's now a defensive midfielder. Is he an attacking midfielder?
You don't know when Moyes is going to play him. That's another thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my cousin the other day. He's a Man U fan. He said if he plays Fellaini just off Van Persie and takes Rooney out the squad, I'll be fuming. And I think I'd agree with that. I mean, I know I'm not a Man U fan, but if I
do
was,
think that Ozil was a type of player that Man United needed. I was surprised that they didn't go in for him because apparently Ozil and Real Madrid were holding out for Man United to come in, and it never happened.
Yeah, well, what I think it wasn't Real Madrid. I think it was his agent, his
Really?
dad. Yeah, it was Özil, and they wanted Man United. They wanted to go to them, but they never came in for him. But they went to Arsenal. I think that might. I don't know if that's. It's a bit contradictory to reports that that the week before, like I think it was pretty much a week before we signed him. He had a couple of conversations with Arsene Wenger on the phone, and he said that those conversations with Arsene Wenger convinced him to join Arsenal. So whichever one of those is true is contradicting the other. So I think him waiting for Man United might be a bit untrue.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah. Because he said it in an interview with Arsenal himself about the Wenger call. So I don't think the Man U thing is true, but...
While we're on the topic of Man United, actually, did you hear about what happened with Herrera? Apparently
yes.
3 imposters...
No, there were 3 lawyers who have done work for Premier League clubs such as Man United, such as Arsenal. They've done work for them in terms of Spanish transfers. For example, Javier Martinez to Bayern Munich, they did his transfer, and they went into the Spanish league offices and they said, "We're here representing Man United," and they had to basically they went to offer a check for the transfer fee of Herrera, but according to Man United, they didn't know who they were and that they had no involvement in these 3 lawyers.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
It was completely bizarre.
Yeah, that sort of thing shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, maybe they were. Maybe Man U are just trying to save face. I don't know, but
maybe. But I don't think that sort of thing would have happened with Fergie there.
I heard that. No, they were official United representatives. They were seen in full United kit, including sock and shin pads. So,
so it was confirmed.
It was confirmed they were United representatives.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you can go and buy these things in shops. You know what I mean? It's legit stuff.
Did they have Van Persie on the back?
No, that wouldn't look very good. No, they had actual names on the back. They didn't have squad numbers, of course, because they're not players, but they were proper guys. They were proper guys.
It sounds
Did
legitimate.
they have the initials on the kit?
No, they didn't actually. No,
Or a number
they didn't.
on the kit, on the
Number?
tracksuit.
No, they don't have squad numbers, Jake. They're representatives of the club, not players.
Did they have the badge sewn on?
Of course they did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's always good to.
And
that
they
means
were
it is
wearing,
official. So they.
Yeah, well, they were in AstroTurf as well. They were in Astro Tail 90s, I believe.
Was it this year's kit?
Absolutely, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably best we move on from this now.
Yeah.
So someone mentioned it there in the chat about Lukaku going to Everton on loan. That is a very, very good signing for Everton. And they did some very good business on deadline day. They brought in Gareth Barry, who I think is a very good signing for them. Never really cut it at City. He's not really a Manchester City type of player, I don't think.
To be fair, under Mancini when he was there, he was a fucking key player.
Yeah, he was.
He was a massive player for them.
Well, I think the way they're going now, I don't think is.
He got pushed out of the squad, but he
players
was like
they
a
brought in,
key part of their midfield.
Yeah.
Who else they bringing? James McCarthy from Wigan.
14 million.
14 million, I think, is a bit expensive, but.
Jesus.
Deadline day, I guess.
Yeah, it's another one of them, innit? Deadline day seems to push up the values of players. Who else they bring? I think they brought in one more.
Just
Lukaku
those,
as well.
wasn't it?
Again.
They might have done more. They did more business.
But they did sell.
They
sold Fellaini for 27 million, was it? So they've got. I think it was something like 13 million. Go then. They got like 13 million in the bank, which to bring in them 3 players and still have 13 million pounds left over is very, very good business.
Yeah, they did. I think overall they did some good business.
Yeah,
they bought Kone, they bought Alcaraz.
They're on free transfers, weren't they, both of them?
No, Kone was 5 million.
Yeah.
They paid a fee for both of them, I think.
I thought one of them was a free transfer.
No, I'm sure. It would have been. I know
wrong.
Kone was definitely 5 million.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Alcaraz.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Alcaraz? No, it was Espinoza. I don't know. I'm mixed up with this guy. Another guy from Wigan, central midfielder or utility player, I think he is. Delafou from Barcelona, very good prospect apparently. Very good. Lukaku as well. I think they've just done some really good business this season. Yeah. They really have.
And they did very well as well to keep hold of Leighton Baines.
Yeah, if they managed to get Victor Moses on loan as well.
Yeah, he went to Liverpool in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think it's a good sign for Liverpool as well. Liverpool did some very good business with it. Ilori, who's the other lad they brought in, the other centre back?
Saka, Mamadou Saka.
That's the one. Their squad's very good. You think they're top of the league, beating Man United with the squad they had, and then they've just gone and improved it as well. They could have a very good season this year. And I know Tom would probably go into it a little bit more because he's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm anti-Liverpool because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I genuinely feel that they won't sustain it, and I think they will have a big dip in form. I think what Brendan Rodgers is trying to do, I think he's going in the right direction for Liverpool. I think it really is. I think they're just going to be on the up now, and I think it's just a matter of time before they get into Champions League football again. I think, unless teams like Arsenal and Tottenham, obviously you'd expect Chelsea, Manchester City, and United to keep up their spending and their teams in terms of their strength. But I think Liverpool this season, I don't think they'll finish in the top four. I think they will have a dip in form, like they did last season. But it does make you wonder, even though what will happen when they get Suarez back, or they could maintain the form and they could go for a real push for the top four this year.
What do you think, Tom?
They're not making top four. If they finish top 6, that's a good season. They're definitely not making top 4.
What do you think to the squad, the players that they brought in as well?
Oh, 1 sec. Sorry.
That's right. Guessing someone's come in.
Yeah. I'll go then on the transfers. Aspas. I think he's a quality player. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's Liverpool quality. And I think obviously I think he's going to take him this season to sell. And then I think next season you'll see the best of Aspas if he stays. I mean, they've got rid of Barini and a few other players as well. But who else they brought in? Luis Alberto. I can't see him more than a sub.
Just come on as a sub at the
impact
weekend.
Sub, yeah, Carling Cup player. He'll be just a backup. Obviously, when they get Suarez back as well, he'll get less of a shout. Who else they brought in? Victor Moses. I think he'll be quality for them. I think he'll play a lot of games for them as well this season. I think that's a good signing. Who else they brought in? Can't think now. Ilori and Sacco. Obviously, I think they'll just be backup players for
now.
Ilori. Yeah, for now. I think Ilori can play for England, can't he? That's something that's come out this week.
Can you really?
Yeah, he can.
There's a few players that can now, because they were going through it on Sky Sports News the other day, the homegrown players. That have been there a few years. I think Raphael, the right back, Nicholas Bentner. Not that I'd really want him playing for England.
Yeah. Should we keep on Liverpool?
Yeah, can do, yeah.
I actually can't. Mignolet, yeah, he'll be a good sign. Obviously proven in the Premier League. Good sign. I thought we should have signed him, but for 9 million, I think he'll be a good signing for Liverpool. All in all, though, who else they brought in? I can't remember.
I think that's pretty much it.
I'm sure they brought in a midfielder, centre midfielder.
We touched on it last week, but I think the best bit of business they did this year was keeping hold of Suarez.
Yeah,
because obviously
Suarez,
Arsenal wanted him, and they were reported to put in bids and stuff.
Yeah.
But like we said last week, it wouldn't make much sense selling to another rival that you're trying to catch.
Yeah,
so I think to stand by their ground and say no chance. They've done well.
I think for me, I think it'll be weird to see. Oh, England scored again. Welbeck, Jesus.
Welbeck, yeah, 3-0.
I've missed the goal. I think for Suarez, I think one of the things you'll have to question: will he come back the same player? Will he come back with the same commitment? What my knee-jerk reaction is that he will, because he's that type of player. He has the desire. He always wants to train. Apparently, according to Jamie Carragher, he always wants to play. He looks at the player who's got that desire. But I think next season he will go to Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will come in for him next season.
I think Real Madrid will have to let someone else go before they bring him in.
I think if Benzema doesn't do it this season, they'll let him go, bring in Suarez. But even if they do keep Benzema, I can still see them bringing in Suarez.
Do you reckon? I think they'd have to sell a big player to make room for him with the money they've just spent on Bale, with the wages they're spending on him as well. I think they'd definitely have to get rid of someone to bring him in.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of faith in Morata as well, Real Madrid. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see him play a lot this season for Real Madrid. Especially if Benzema gets injured, he'll have to play.
I don't necessarily think Benzema will be the player that they sell either. I think it might be Di Maria. So I don't think it make much sense selling your only striker and bringing in just another one.
Yeah, I don't know. They might
one striker.
I think Di Maria will stay now.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he really likes him. He got that man of the match performance, and just before.
I think there's a lot of similar players there though. You got
Yeah,
Bale,
yeah,
Ronaldo,
yeah.
Di Maria, Isco.
But you're bound to get injuries, aren't you?
Yeah,
And
that's true.
I think one injury there, and then Di Maria's in, isn't he? Because you've got Bale, Ronaldo, Isco, and then Benzema, the top four,
Mm-hmm.
and then one injury to any of them, and then you put Di Maria in, or unless they put in Morata up front.
Just
If
depends
Benzema
if
gets
any of them
injured.
are happy to be a rotation player.
Yeah, that's it. I think one of them's bound to leave because
Yeah.
obviously they're all big players who all want to play. I think Di Maria would be the most likely one to leave at the end of the season.
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah, because
I
can't
don't
see.
think Ronaldo will go to Man United now. I can't see that
I-
happening. I could have when
No,
Fergie was
I can.
there, but not when Moyes is there.
I can still. I can't see him signing a new contract in Madrid at this point. What I've been thinking for the last year or so is that he'll run down his contract and leave on a free. But I'm starting to think that he'll get to 1 year and then Man U will buy him. Because I do think he wants to end his career at Man U. That's what my
I
gut
think
feeling
he
is.
would have if Fergie was still there.
Yeah, I think that would be a definite. I think now it's a little bit questionable. I think there's been talks of Real Madrid making a new contract. He's obviously not happy that Bale's there and Özil's left. I think there's a lot of things you could put into it. I think it's a difficult one at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah,
I suppose that might not even happen. You know, they might play a formation that suits them all. I don't know if they'll be able to do that, but they might play Ronaldo at front. I think he's played there before, so.
well, Ancelotti played him up front and he didn't like it. He didn't like it
Really?
at all. Yeah, there was loads of reports coming out, and Guillem Balaguer on Revista de la Liga was saying that he didn't like playing up front at all, and so he wants to play him back on the wing. So there you go. I think that's that. They need a proper striker
Yeah.
because they're not going to be playing Ronaldo up front unless they convert Bale, which might happen.
I can't see that happening.
Well,
maybe.
I don't know. You can
but
rule it out
yeah.
possibly, but
I think maybe Isco would probably be the one that out of them.
I
probably go for.
can't see Isco though. He's more of a. I think he's more of a Özil type player in the sense that he'll create more than he scores. I know he scored two
He scored
last
a few,
week.
yeah.
But,
Scored a few.
yeah, he scored a couple, but I don't think it'll sustain. I think Bale. I think if anyone they were to convert, I think it would be Bale.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because Ronaldo said he didn't like it. I can't see Isco playing. I don't think he's got the physique as well, Isco, to play up front on the defender. Yeah, I think it's all set up for Bale really.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how that one pans out over the season.
Yeah.
But in the England game, it is England 3, Moldova 0 at half time. Gerard Lambert and Danny Welbeck with the goals. Looking at the stats, England they're absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
72% of the possession, 12 shots, 7 on target. Moldova not had a single shot yet.
Well, playing Moldova, I think you'd have to expect that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But
obviously,
I think
it's a World Cup qualifier, so you can't take anyone lightly.
yeah, that's true. I mean, the pressure's obviously on there, so it's being 3-0 up. That's solid. I mean, if we can, as long as there's no catastrophes at this point, I think we can safely say it's game over.
I think you could probably bring a few youngsters on without having.
Yeah, love to see Ross Barkley enter the fray. I'd love to see
Townsend.
Townsend enter the fray as well. I thought Redmond would be in the squad.
He
He's
played
what?
last night for the under-21s,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah,
Who's the
I
other
just
one? There's
realised.
another one that's on the bench. Sterling.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem
Sterling.
Sterling, that's the one.
Yeah.
It'd be good to see them three maybe make an appearance. I don't know what the rules are with the subs, though. For
Yeah, it's
qualifiers.
3 subs.
Is it 3, is it? Oh, it probably
Yeah.
won't be them 3 then.
Yeah,
Where is it?
I think Defoe will come on for Lambert, and I think he'll take off either Welbeck or Walcott, and he'll bring on Townsend. He'll take off Lambert, bring on Defoe, and I definitely think he'll bring on Barkley for Lampard or Wilshere.
Yeah. Trying to see. Yeah. I'll probably go with that.
And Moldova, I think they'll bring on. Joking.
Grossu, he must come on
Yeah,
soon.
Grossu.
Doros. he'll come on,
Doros. Onika, they'll bring him on. Or Erhan. He's
Yeah.
a very good player.
So I've heard.
Raku's had some good form for his recent club. He's been banging in the goals at centre back, corner glitching it. No. Yeah, so that's about it for the England Moldova game.
Yeah.
The Mo-
I was just scrolling down the transfers and stuff. QPR did some good business, didn't they? Deadline day, signing Benoit Asawakotu from Tottenham and
Tom Carroll.
Tom Carroll, that's the one.
I saw Tom Carroll play for Tottenham in the Europa League
I've seen
game.
that game when they won 8-0 on aggregate.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
And
did you think?
Tom Carroll was playing he looks. I think he'll be one to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he looked quality. I saw him play last year when he came on substitute appearances for Tottenham. AVB seems to really like him, and I think that's why he was bringing him on. And he does look quality. He's got very, very good technique, very good touch. He he looks like a player who will control tempo of the game. He looks a little bit like a Xavi.
Yeah.
He looks like that. He did really reminisce. What? Not reminisce me? Fucking hell. You know what I mean? He reminded me of Xavi a lot, and he looks quality. I'm really excited by Tom Carroll, actually, even though he plays for Tottenham.
Yeah.
Twat.
But he's English, so it's another good English player coming through.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like we said
yeah.
earlier, the Championship does seem to be a good level to go and sort of buy your trade. Or
Yeah.
learn your trade, rather. You seen that in the chat there? One of the results, or one of the latest scores a minute. Estonia 2, Holland 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Holland haven't really been mentioned either, actually, going back to
Yeah.
the national team. They've got a very good team.
I think they're a bit like Argentina in the sense that the defense is very poor.
Very good going
RVP's the
forward.
captain, so he's a
Yeah.
cunt. So yeah.
That's not biased, is it?
Oh no, definitely not. I think it's just a matter of opinion. And
Have you got that link for the FM14 stuff? We've been going about an hour now, so I think it would be a good time to probably move on to the...
yeah, I've kept it up all this time. I don't know if it's in order of whether like all the Arsenal. Sorry, I just saw
Arsenal on the
I
brain.
saw Alex's comment says Özil fits into Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
So I was just reading that. I think I don't know if it's in chronological order of when they announced it. So I'm not, but all of it's there.
Yeah.
Well, a lot's there. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. I don't know if all of it's there, but they've got all the new player roles at the bottom. I haven't really seen that.
Yeah, they touched on that actually today during the new video they put out. There's a few more
really?
than I thought, actually.
It's more than 8.
No,
Or
because
is
I didn't know
that-
what the names were. I knew there was going to be a few, but I didn't know the exact number.
Oh,
I've not really been
yeah.
keeping up to date with it.
Yeah.
But there was one that I can't remember what it was called, but it was quite a weird name.
Ongonch?
That's the one. I don't know what
Ongonch.
that means or what sort of role it is.
Not
They
clear.
didn't really, no, they didn't really go into it. I didn't know.
Shall I read it?
Yeah, go on. If it says I can't load that page for some reason.
Here we go. The side's prime creator, a hook that joins the midfield and attack and operates behind the strikers, and a playmaker who sticks to his position and bloody hell, that's a long-winded sentence, and becomes a pivotal to the team as they move around him. It differs to the trequartista, who likes to roam from his position,
It's in a
drifting
book,
around.
is it?
No, it's the it's just the definition of the
Chapter 2.
role.
Thesaurus reading.
Drifting around and looking for players and space between the lines.
So it's basically just the
yeah,
sort of
someone who will stay.
advanced
It's a
playmaker sort
playmaker
of.
that'll stay central and stay in the middle.
What? Northern Ireland are winning?
shut up.
Oh, go home. They're beating
Really?
Portugal.
Yeah, they're beating Portugal.
Oh wow.
They were my underdogs. It looks like I
Wow.
was right.
Portugal struggled to get there at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, Jesus.
Wow, that's incredible if they are. I'm not sure who
It's-
scored the goal.
Italy are winning 1-0.
Who are they playing? I've not seen them tonight.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Insigne is starting as well. So,
Really?
Yeah.
I feel a bit sorry for Will at the moment.
What, is his internet still gone? Is it just...
Nah, he's got money on France and Belgium, and France are still 0-0
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
with Georgia.
It's not gone well, is it?
Yeah. 90th minute, 80th minute, isn't it?
86th.
Belgium are winning now. 1-0.
That'll be no consolation if France draw.
The team we've not mentioned tonight is Republic of Ireland. They're in action against Sweden. They're drawing 1-0 at the minute. Robbie Keane
Yeah.
scored for them and Elmander for Sweden. Who have got... Sweden have... I'd say they're probably... I don't know. They're a hard one because some of, like...
Well, if we can knock them out, I think that
Yeah.
rules it out.
I think
Clearly.
they're probably on about par with Republic of Ireland, apart from one player, and that's
No.
Ibrahimovic. Yes, definitely. What have they got? Really?
I think that's a bit harsh.
No.
On Sweden.
Republic of Ireland have got some very good players in their team.
I think that's very harsh.
I think that's a bit harsh.
No, apart from one player. Go through there and tell me who's better than some of them Republic of Ireland players. I'm looking at it now. Olsen. Did he not just get relegated with QPR? No.
That was his fault, wasn't it?
Yeah, but good players like that shouldn't be getting relegated in teams.
Come on. Are you being serious?
100%. The only player,
How can that be his fault the team got relegated?
the only player there that stands out in both of them two lineups is Ibrahimovic. Some of them players, like Seb Larsson, I'd rather have James McLean in there than Seb Larsson.
That's the matter of
Do
opinion.
me a favour.
Definitely.
Definitely
That's a
not.
matter of opinion. That's a matter of...
Seb Larsson's a classy Premier League midfielder.
But so is McLean. McLean's quality.
I think you're racist, Jake.
No. Right, Elmander or Robbie Keane?
I think you're racist.
At this, Elmander or Robbie Keane?
Hmm. Or no, let me rephrase that. Elmander or Shane Long?
Shane Long.
Shane Long?
McCarthy or Svensson?
But this is not fixed. This is up to you who you decide to compare.
like,
Which
pick a
players
name.
But that's what
that-
I'm saying.
I
That's
think
what I'm
we've been
looking at
through,
here,
like,
going
players
down
not-
for it.
We're talking about a team. We're not an individual list of players on paper who you'd rather have.
Yeah, exactly. I could
Not
say
fantasy
Ibrahimovic.
football, is it?
That's what I'm saying. On like players lining up next to each other, they're not a million miles apart.
Yeah, I know, but to say they're a level, there's a big difference. Not a million miles apart level. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're
I
obviously
don't think
quite close
England are a
because they're
million
drawing
miles behind
tonight.
Brazil, but they're not level.
No, of course not.
2-1 Sweden. Good timing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Who scored?
That was probably Amanda as well. Wasn't it? Timing on that was brilliant.
Oh, quality. Who scored?
Oh, man.
Shane Long own goal. No.
Amanda has
Ibra, there you go.
scored.
Ibrahimovic.
See, one player.
It's just one player. But yeah, for me, they're not that far apart.
No, but alright. But level.
Alex says, you saw Sweden play against Holland. They play better at international level. No, nothing. He's on his own.
I don't necessarily have that strong opinion on this. I just think to say that level is a bit pushing it slightly, maybe, perhaps. I can see your point of view though.
Leighton Baines has come on for Ashley Cole. Second half's just started.
Nice improvement at left back
Leighton
there.
Baines than Ashley Cole. Or he'd be my starting left back.
I'd start Baines.
I think he's better than Ashley Cole.
He's had his time.
How old is Ashley Cole now?
God knows, 33.
33.
Leighton Baines, what,
still-
27?
Baines is 20. Is he?
No, he's
But-
24, 6? Don't know.
No.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I thought he was 29. Let's
Nah,
Google this.
he's not 29, is he?
He's younger than Ashley Cole, let's put it that way.
He's playing under 21s a little while ago.
He's 28.
28. Right.
Incredible.
Meet in the middle, Jake. Meet in the middle.
Yeah. We've definitely moved. What? What?
My memory's bad. I remember him playing England under 21s.
Did you actually think he was like 25?
I thought he was about 26. Well, that's not miles away from 28, is it? Fuck me. What's Ashley Cole? Is he 33?
Yeah.
That's one right.
Oh, fuck off, Alex.
I remember seeing Baines score the greatest goal I've ever seen live at a football game.
Yeah.
I'll try and find it on YouTube. Mate, I've never seen anything like it.
While he was playing for Everton, or was it Reading?
Nah, Wigan.
Oh, Wigan, sorry. Yeah.
2005. Oh, has he got it? I've never seen like a better goal. I was live at the game. I've never seen a better goal live. I'll tell you that right now.
Ashley Cole will be 33 in December, so he's 32.
I'll round it up. I will point out the video quality is.
Oh, wow. The goal scorer for Northern Ireland was Jamie Ward.
I could probably draw this goal better than this video would show it to you.
They were interviewing him on Sky Sports earlier, Jeremy Ward.
Really?
Yeah.
Portugal are down to 10 men as well. Postiga's been sent off, and Ronaldo's been booked too.
I don't even. Nah, it's not even worth showing you this goal. We can't even see it.
Probably not.
Belgium are 1-0 up against Scotland at
I think-
half-time.
I think I know what goal you're talking about.
Right, see if you can make it out through this. Honestly, I've never seen a more accurate shot in my life. From from about 40 yards. Honestly, it's about 40 yards out. And he absolutely zips it into the top corner. You see what I mean about the quality in a
Yeah.
minute.
That's good.
It's different gravy, son.
Apparently Postiga headbutted someone. That's feels good. But we have moved on from FM14, which didn't last very long, did it? Because that website wouldn't load for me, so I can't really.
Yeah, quite incredible goal. should post it in chat, maybe.
No, I don't need to see it.
You won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not missing out on a couple of frames here and there.
So pixelated.
But yeah, I think that was pretty much all we needed to cover tonight. We're going for over an hour now.
Well, let's end this shit now, shall we?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it'd be a good time to end it.
Come on, Sweden.
Miles away. Jack, what's your prediction for tomorrow? I'm going to say 2-1 Scunny. Oh, you use... what? It's completely off topic. Yeah,
Have this conversation elsewhere.
yeah. I'm going to go 3-1 Scunthorpe.
I'm going to go 2-1 Scunthorpe.
I'm going to go 2-1 Scunthorpe.
Everyone just copy in.
I don't know anything about either team.
It's
I
Northampton.
know a lot about Northampton.
Yeah, they're shit. Not had a very good start to the season. But yeah, we'll call it there. I'll play Will's little jingle on the way out, and then we'll end it. So thanks for coming, guys, and thanks to Tom and Amma as well for coming along again.
No, thank you, Jake.
Don't think you'll be here next week, will you, Tom?
I don't know. I probably got to have to work.
Yeah. So I think we might be seeing Rick come in. He tweeted us earlier saying that he should be around, so I think Rick will be coming in to fill in Tom's
So
shoes.
you replace me with someone a lot more popular, and they'll hate to see me come back now.
Oh, fuck's sake, where's Rick?
Fucking hell, get this mug off.
But
Thank
yeah.
you.
That is...
Why can't you get Derek to replace me or something?
He deleted me off Skype earlier, the cunt.
Did he?
Right, anyway, that's it. I'm going to...
Did he not say goodbye now,
No,
Jake?
he didn't say anything.
Okay.
Right, we're going to end it here. Thanks for coming, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye now, Jake.
Bye.
You're listening to Friday Night Football.